Hey guys, Chris here from Kite Republic, here to talk to you about the 2020 Duotone Jaime board, or Jaime for the purists. This is the 15th season for the Jaime board, which is in itself ridiculous. That's almost to the start of kiteboarding. It's just proven that it's been the top performer every year. It's definitely no different nowadays. Firstly, who's this board for? The Jaime is the ideal combination for the rider who wants to ride freestyle. So wants to be, riding powered, keeping their kite fairly still and doing those load and pop tricks and the rest. Wants to ride freestyle, wants to do lots of that old school big air stuff that comes into the freeride area. It's a board that it does both really well. I'll talk you through why. The first little bit of that is the rocker line. So when you look at this rocker line, you can see there's a little bit of curve coming through there, but nothing crazy. So the more curve we have, and the more rocker, I should say, we have, the more agile it's going to be, and also the softer the landings. But the problem is, if you get too much rocker, then it starts acting like a bit of a brake. So only parts of the board are working for you at one time, and it can feel quite slow to ride. Now, the Jaime definitely has that really nice smooth rocker line, but it's quick enough that you can still do all your old school stuff. You can come into tricks really quick, and you can get yourself up and planing really nice and easily. But at the same time, when you're landing hard, it's still got that soft landing and spreads the water out, where the more rocker you have, the softer that landing in general. Give or take a few little tricks I'll show you under the board here that they've used to make that happen. So first part though, 2020, what's different from 2019? When you look at this board, it looks very similar. So you'll see very similar shaping underneath, you'll see very similar outlines, very similar rockers. The one thing they've done to enhance the Jaime, or the Jaime, from 2019 to 20 is the addition of the carbon web through the end of the board here. So basically what they've done is they've reinforced the ends of the board to stop that torsional flexion. So basically it's making the board slightly stiffer through there. You imagine if you've got a soft board when you're going through chop or when you're loading up or anything else, then that board can get that little bit of wobble, a little bit of slap. It doesn't feel crisp and feel like it's really going to do exactly what you want and soften out those things. The addition of the web has basically put what last year's Jaime, which was an exceptional board, it's stepped it up another level now. So for those better riders and for those riders who are riding in chop a bit, you're going to find it's a smoother ride and everything happens a lot more crisply because it is a little bit stiffer through there and the board won't flex torsionally as much through the tips there. So looking through the board, a few of the features. Firstly, you'll see the entities, which you don't have to get them with the board, but you'd be crazy not to. They've really souped them up this year. Basically a much stronger heel area there, so a slightly raised heel area to stop you from falling out. Super cushy. Internally, you'll see that they've actually got a little bit of support in there for the arch of your foot as well, which is super nice, as well as the addition of this, I guess you'd say the toe clasping area there, so you can really get stuck in there and feel like it's not coming off unless you want to kick out. As well as that, exceptional as per normal is the straps they're using. You can adjust the front, the back, make them narrower, wider, all of that. And for those people with different size feet that don't fit into that sort of right in the middle section, they've now got 4 sizes. So, you can really get yourself dialed up. Rock into your Duotone dealer. They can put you on the measuring thing and make sure that we get you on exactly the right size. So that's the entities there. Board-wise, you can see that bit that I'm grabbing just there for any of your board off tricks. So it's actually got a little bit of work in there, a bit of shaping for a bit of a grab handle. Very excitingly, as I was saying at the start there, how do you soften the ride without going to a softer, stiffer, different board, more rocker? If you have a look through here, you'll see through the middle of the board here, you've got this spine section. So that's going to act to really break the tension of the water as you're landing. So as you land, it's not just going to slap, it's going to spread that water out upon first thing. We go into a double diffuser bottom there. So what that does, one, it adds grip, so towards the tail of the board when you're riding. you're going to find the water is channeled really nicely in the direction you want it to go. It has a fantastic dampening effect, softening out the chop. It also just adds that little bit of grip to it as well. You're going to feel like you're on rails and feel like you can really throw it around as much as you want to. Coupled, that light to moderate rocker line, coupled with that, the spine and the double diffuser bottom is just going to make it feel so smooth and nice through there. If you're thinking about the 2020 Jaime, I would say without a doubt, if you are that person that does want to ride freestyle, does want to ride freeride, is going to mix it up, do a little bit of everything, and you're after a board that's going to allow you to really progress, and you're riding straps in particular, I'd say 100% that this is a board that you must try and give a go. It is a board that you can ride boots on. However, it's only, I'd say, it's sort of a mid-stiffness board. It's definitely not on that stiffer end that a lot of the boot riders would prefer, like the Team Series. But it is something you can throw boots on it and still have a great time. But yeah, if you're that rider that wants to do a bit of everything, progress in that old school, big air, all of that side, if you feel like you're only a free ride rider and you're not going to want that aggressive freestyle side of a board, have a look at the Select from the Duotone range as well. But yeah, the Jaime will definitely do a lot of that for you really well, but allow you to also be throwing down with the Kite low, really powered, all the rest as well. So if you're keen to check it out, come and grab a demo at Kite Republic. You can find more information at kiterepublic.com.au. We would love to get you out there having a crack on it. Any questions, just fire them down below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Cheers, guys.